Hey everybody, Dr. Red here, and we are back with some more Magic the Gathering Arena. We are here with our final episode of at least the unupgraded starter decks to an extent, and we are going to go over with the one from the very beginning of the tutorial, Tactical Assault. So, I took a quick look through this deck, and I don't know what the hell's going on with it. It's a little bit over the place here. So in this case, we have the combat trick that we used in the tutorial, the if target blocked or blocked, blah blah blah, 2/2. So you're like, okay, maybe we're going to have limited amount of creatures, some combat tricks, etc, etc. Same thing, something that would lead you to believe that is, hey, this guy enters the field, target creature gets +2/+0, so you're like, okay, that's kind of neat. The 1/3 lifelinker for 2, it's not good, but not that good, but at least it can block those goblin tokens. A 3/1 for 2 dies to anything, but on an open board, 3 damage is fine. Our 2/2 flyer for 2, that's not bad. If I could replace him with another one of him, in a heartbeat. Some removal suites, we have the Take Vengeance, destroy target tapped creature. Luminous Bonds, similar to the Water Knot. Enchanted creature can't attack or block. The Bugler will help us fetch one of our other creatures. Pegasus Courser, when it swings in, gives another creature flying. So he might combo decently well with the Swiftclaw here, just to give him evasion as well. Hammer Skull's pretty solid for what it is. Taps the creature when you swing in. War Leader is one of our top end here, and he's a pretty cool card. A 4/4 for 4. And whenever they attack, they create 2 1/1 white cat creature tokens. So basically, think of him every time he swings, he's swinging with 6/6 of stats to an extent. Angelic Rewards, that enchantment, flying, vigilance, 3/3, pretty solid. Shitty if it gets killed after the fact, but it is what it is. Combat trick, big ass angel, slightly bigger angel, spirit that heals, and our commander that if we do start going into top deck mode, maybe we'll heal a bit and get some card draw out of the fact. And we saw in that one trick, it's a pretty fun combo with that and Confront the Assault. But enough deck tech. I don't think I like this one. I think this one is probably tied. My 3 least favorite so far. We're dealing with red, blue, and white. Green and black are probably the most solid out the boat, even though we didn't have the best of luck with Forest Might. But we're going to go with Tactical Assault for a bit. Let's see how this goes for us. Ideally, it goes quick. We 3-0 it easy peasy again. And we just go, oh, cool, lit. That's great. Fantastic. We're up against Neon. We actually have a decent hand. We don't have a 1-drop, but you don't always need to. We have a 2. We have some removal. We have the Bugler just to hopefully fetch us another creature, so it's card drawn away, and we have an enchantment to make a creature big. Potentially the Bugler. Who knows? We will find out. Of course. Play planes, pass turn. Let's see what colors we're dealing with. Ooh, I really like the new art on these lands here. They're for more of the spark. So in this case, all those little things are a bunch of planeswalker sparks. It's great art. Ooh, we did get Cavalry Drillmaster. I don't think it's the 2-drop you want to be playing first. Empty board. We'll see about it, because at least that way we can get our Griffin +2/+0. Okay, so this doesn't look like a precon, because we're running some proliferate nonsense here. In this case, you can choose one of 2 things. Put a 1/1 counter on a creature, or proliferate. As we can see here, any permanents that have a counter on it, you'd add another counter to it. So what we are just going to do for now, we're going to swing with our Griffin, play it safe, see if we can hit anything with our Bugler. And that's a big miss, so we're just going to be bottoming a bunch of planes, and our Meteor Golem does not meet that requirements. Bummer. So he's just a 2/3 for 3 with Vig. So yeah, it looks like we're getting a bunch of proliferate nonsense going on here. That's going to be potentially problematic. This is going to be triggering proliferate every time it would deal damage to a player or planeswalker. So what we might do for now is we're just going to swing in with the Bugler because it has Vigilance. So we can hold him back as a blocker. And we are just going to keep our Griffin back because I don't want this Druid getting too big. Probably... Well, that's a bummer. Yeah, that triggered a proliferate too. So what I do know is this is tapped now, which is something. So what we might do here is do a take vengeance on that, just to stop it from proliferating anymore. This is a big 4/4 beater currently. I don't know how much more damage we're going to be able to get in, but what I can do for now is we are going to buff our bugler with first strike. It'll have vigilance, so that's cool. He lets the damage through. We're going to be hitting for 6 there. And what we will have is Angelic Reward, which we're probably going to end up just slapping on the bugler. In that case, it makes it big enough that Pollen Bright Druid can't do anything to it. It'll still have the vigilance, of course. So it'll be able to swing, lifelink, except... That's shitty. In this case, it gave 2 creatures, up to 2 creatures, their damage to like swing at a character. We don't have enough for the Angelic Reward yet. We didn't top deck into what I wanted. So what we will do to clear the way on future turns is bring out Territorial Hammerskull. When he swings in, tap a creature, assuming they don't play another creature, or if the next creature's smaller, we're just going to be able to tap this thing out of the way. Let's see. Be able to put another 1/1 counter on it. At this point, they should probably swing. They might be concerned if it's Take Vengeance. I guess that's an option, because as soon as we attack with our Hammerskull, we just tap a creature. So I go, get out the way. And then, as much as I want to play War Leader, I'd much rather just get rid of this Druid. Because of that tap effect there, after the fact, we can just get rid of it. It's a fun little synergy with Hammerskull and Take Vengeance. Now we got the big gate. But no matter what they had, 4 damage would get through there. See, I think that's our first time I've seen someone running a deck that wasn't at least based off the precon. So that's something. And we got a Night Veil Sprite. This card's pretty playable if we end up trying to make like a Dimir Surveil deck, but we can go deal with that later. Let's see where our White Orb goes here. We're going to get an Angelic Guardian. So oddly enough, this deck is kind of trying to force itself into a mono-white angel type deal. Which is a bit weird, because based on the commander, our box art here, you would think we would be going for like low to the ground creatures, maybe with some combat tricks to keep them alive, and that's it. But at least as far as our first upgrade's concerned, it decided we need more top end. Yeah, much to my surprise, we won that one. I have very little faith in this deck. Thankfully, just draw what you want, and everything will turn out just fine. I do appreciate what that guy was doing, though. It looked like a very budget-friendly Proliferate deck. If we didn't have removal for that flying one earlier, that would definitely have been a problem. Because they just both would have been getting a 1/1 counter every turn, essentially. What do we got? We got a bunch of removal, which is mean. And a 2-drop. I don't think this hand's great, but it's playable, which is fine with me. If we're dealing with just a low to the ground aggro, Daybreak Chaplain's a pretty good blocker in that regard. Luminous Bonds will help us deal with any of the actual threats, and Guardians... You know what? I could have sworn this card had flying. It's worse than I thought, to be honest with you. They did just slam a mountain down, so we might be dealing with the pre-built mono red, which I still think is pretty weak, but our Luminous Bonds does wonders against that deck just because of their high-end dragon. But no, it looks like we're dealing with Boros. A Swiftblade Vindicator. This is a cool little card. It's a 1/1 for 2, which seems bad. It has double strike, vigilance, trample. Just a bunch of card effects making it quite potent. So if you're able to buff that up, let's just say you make it a 5/5, it swings twice, doesn't tap when it attacks, and it has trample. Oh, it's real good. Am I so scared that I am gonna bond it right now? No. Let's see if my Bugler misses again, though. Oh, God. Okay. In our deck, that Bugler is real rough. Swing with our Chaplain. Is he... Okay, I thought they were considering blocking there, and I'm like, that's questionable. So what do you got, bud? He hasn't. There's the land. It's a guild gate. In this case, this is a double colored land. It can be used for mountains or plains, but it enters the battlefield tapped, so he won't be able to make use of it at the moment, at least. He's swinging in now, which is making me assume he has a combat trick of some sort. Thought better of it, alright. But I don't want to deal with that, and he hasn't played any additional threats. So I think I'm just going to Luminous Bonds it now. So I won't be able to do anything, essentially. As far as I can be concerned for the time being, this Vindicator is a dead card to me. He is running colors that could have enchantment removal, so there's a chance he can get rid of it, but... Come on, bud. Show me what you got. What can he do with 4 mana? He might be getting rid of my Bugler. Stop looking at him. He's a good boy. Look at that neck straining. He's bugling so hard. So we are going to swing in. Let's see what happens here. I'm curious what's in his hand. He has like a full 6 cards in here and he's not doing anything. He's thinking real hard though. Let's just hit him with our big 3-4 for 5, but at least we're going to get even more healthy after this. So we're definitely going wider than him, but... Come on, where's your big angel? Where's your Aurelia? Where's your anything? I assume there's an Aurelia in here, Sly 985. Or at least another creature? Are you gonna settle the wreckage me? What's the deal? Why are you holding all this mana? No, shit, and I just scared myself. Is he gonna settle me? I don't know. I'm just gonna hold back a blocker. Because she doesn't really change the clock on him right now. What crazy top end does he have that he hasn't been able to play anything for 3 turns? Was it just a bunch of enchantments and auras? That a big boy. That boy in my way. He is tapped out though, so I am just gonna swing. Has vigilance, at least I'll have something to block. Yeah, let's just go wide. If he has a board wipe, he has a board wipe, but at least with the Courser out, I can swing over whatever he plays, to an extent. Here's the thing, I'd love to think I just have this game right now, but anything could happen. Ooh, it's a pretty big beater. Doesn't have lifelink, it has mentor. And when it dies, you'd put a 1/1 counter on. Oh, if that's all you have, I just swing and win, I think. Yeah, you can go up in the air too now, bud. Yeah, it's over. Light of the Legion's cool, but not enough to save him this time. Ooh, good. And yeah, we're doing good on time. Okay, we're gonna skip this because I don't want to get any content locked out of me. In that case, it's the War of the Spark trailer. It's actually a surprisingly well shot trailer compared to other stuff Wizards has done. Like, I'm very impressed with that one. So if you're interested, definitely give it a look. I might link in the video if I remember the actual YouTube link for it. But like I was saying, I think we have time for one more game in this one. See how it goes. I'm actually kind of impressed with our win-loss overall in this series. But that's just me having very little faith in the starter decks. See, we are going to be up against Maka, one of those. And what do we have? We have a, I'm fine with this. We have 2-drop. We have 2 2-drops. We're going first, so there's the potential that we're going to be able to swing with the Swift Claw, especially with Luminous Bonds. So let's see how this goes for us. Yeah, I think I'm going to be greedy here. We're going to play the Swift Claw. We might end up Luminous Bonding next turn. We'll see what he plays. He's playing a Sentinel, huh? What I can do, I'm not too scared of it, but depending on what he plays, will he? I think he will trade there. But depending on what he does next turn, I can bond one of his creatures and then just swing in. Assuming he plays anything, that is. Take Vengeance is an option after we attack as well. That actually might be better, because this creature does have Vigilance. It wouldn't do this normally, because whenever it attacks, it doesn't tap with Vigilance, but we can force it to tap with the Hammer Skull. That's also annoying, so what I think I am going to do is we are just going to Luminous Bonds the Sentinel. I feel like this might be a little bit aggressive here. We're going to swing in, tap the Green Seeker, and get some good damage in. So he has something that will be good for him as far as blocking is concerned. He's able to draw a land with his Green Seeker, which is pretty solid. Is going to get rid of that, which is fine. It's basically seen its use, so we're just going to slam down the War Leader and swing in for a bit more damage. Depending on what he plays, we might be able to get rid of a pretty beefy creature with our next swing. Yeah, we definitely will be able to. Because what we can do, we attack with both. So our Leonin War Leader is going to create those 2/1/1 kitty tokens as we do this. We are going to tap this creature and get it out of my way. In response, they just might tap it themselves. They did not. They should have, though. It would have let them fetch for a land. And then we are going to be able to take Vengeance. There's the Green Seeker here. Gets rid of that. Gets rid of the Blanchwood Armor. And we'll get our Flyer out, too. So this deck is working better than I thought it would so far. They got a big grumpy boy. And they scoop. They have no response. The Hammer Skull will just tap that. Kitty Cat will make more 1/1 swinging in. Yeah, that went real smooth. So close to another booster, but that'll have to be next episode. But yeah, for now, we've gone through all the starter decks, so that's pretty cool. Of course, we're going to start working towards the dual colors that you do unlock in the Mastery Tree. So we're going to be looking for the black-red one. Now that's a weird one. That one does not synergize well in my mind. But we got that one to work for. We have big, angry dinos. We got some auras, which, here's the thing. When it works, it works. They're really cool. You get a big, scary dude, which dies to a single murder. We got some weird bird-based one, and we also got some pirate shenanigans going on with a weird demon top end. We're going to ignore that one for now, but I think Walk the Plank, as far as the ones unlockable through the Mastery Tree, is my favorite. But again, thank you so much, guys, for watching. We will pick which deck we're going to focus on for now. It's probably going to be the black or the green, but we'll deal with that later. Now, I'm Dr. Rhett. I'll catch you all next time. Thank you so much for watching. Peace.